welcome back to A Boring Revolution, your number one news source for everything in regards to the Boring Company. What a great day it is. We are hearing about the Las Vegas Loop, which has been progressing very, very nicely over last year and has officially kind of had its press day, probably yesterday, I imagine, when this happened. But yeah, everything's looking really fresh, really beautiful. As you can see, the Boring Company website has been updated here. There's new pictures on here. There's various new things. It just kind of looks a lot more professional as they try and market this particular product across the USA and maybe the globe as well. What I'm going to do today is look at a few videos that have surfaced, and a lot of people have been talking about the Boring Company. And yeah, it's all really, really positive news. The Boring Company is on target to achieve that 4,400 passengers per hour target that it set right from the beginning, and that is required for them to get paid the maximum sum for this particular project. So let's have a listen. Let's see. So first of all, there was this video as well by Alex, isn't it, on YouTube, which is quite good. I'd recommend watching that. This one as well here, where it actually shows inside the main station at station number 2. This is outside kind of the old part of the conference center. As you can see, they're just, sending a few vehicles through the system here, just giving people an idea of what the system looks like. Obviously, these vehicles are going through the station, so they're not going to be doing, super fast speeds, because there's lots and lots of vehicles being pictured. When they get into the tunnels, they're going to be going up to quite a high speed there. But yeah, so all in all, it's looking very, very nice. Another great video is this one here, which I presume is the Shepard Smith show on CNBC. Let's just have a quick listen to this one.
Long day at the office. It's the last place anybody wants to be. Come to the rescue Elon Musk, who thinks he has a solution for cities across the country. His Boring Company launching what it calls the Loop in Las Vegas. The concept is simple. Take traffic underground into giant tunnels that in the future could stretch for miles across Sin City. CNBC's Contessa Brewer live in Vegas.
Here we are actually inside Station 2.
What can you see?
Hi there, Shep. Well, as you descend the escalator into the Loop station, you see the Teslas waiting to whisk you into a tunnel 43 feet below ground. Now, you might think, all right, it's like a subway. But this is more like a highway underground. And because it's Las Vegas, this is also a thrill ride.
The Las Vegas Convention Center Loop is part thrill ride, part light and sound show, but mostly just a commute across a sprawling convention center.
If there's a show going on and you've got a lot of traffic in the convention center, it can be a 45-minute walk from one end to the other.
The Loop gets you there in less than 2 minutes. Here's how it works. You enter the station and call for a Tesla.
The system operates like an Uber or a Lyft, where you have an app on your phone, you say, I'm here, I want to go there, car comes up, has an identifier on it that matches with what is on the app on your phone.
Passengers don't have to make multiple stops because there are multiple exits.
So, as you can see, this is a bit of a new development for me as well, is the announcement that you're actually going to have to require an app to use the system. This makes a lot of sense because then you can sequence the vehicles together. You can therefore get people to come into large groups, and then they're loading them in more efficiently. That should allow them to kind of predict how many people want to use the system at any one time, and thus they can move vehicles in and around the various stations. They'll easily achieve the 4,400 per hour. Anyone showing you any videos saying that these vehicles are limited to low speeds, they're talking a lot of rubbish. These vehicles are going to be going well above highway speeds. Your typical highway in the US is going to be way above that. So these are high-speed vehicles. They're going to be going through the system fast. That's the way you get the most efficiency. The system is ready to go. It was ready to go a good 2 or 3 weeks ago. The trouble is there have been more cancellations of conferences at the convention center. So unfortunately, I think it was next week was the Concrete World. That has been moved to June, I believe. So unfortunately, that's not going to take place. There's not really much on in April. Again, we kind of stuck in a situation where there's just no conferences to serve. So unfortunately, we're probably not going to see the system used to its full potential in April. It might be kind of the second week of May we might see people use it, but again, that's subject to change. Other conferences could get cancelled. Unfortunately, this pandemic has caused some issues. This is another report as well that I
After months
particularly
of
liked.
drilling, paving, and yes, debating,
Yeah,
the
so
People Mover
at
system
first
by
I
the
thought
Boring
this was kind of
Company
like a
is giving
VR
us
where he's
this
coming
early
in, but
look
it's not.
of what it's
He's
like
actually there at
underground in Las
the
Vegas
station.
Convention Center. The parallel tunnels, nearly a mile long, will shuttle Convention-Air passengers to and from 3 stations. Once operational, Tesla vehicles will be driven through the tunnel, turning a 15-minute walk on the surface into a trip that takes just a couple of minutes. Prior to this visit, members of the media were not allowed to see photos of the progress of the citywide system, but Elon Musk has teased the public with tweets and photos of the Las Vegas program. The system is designed with 3 stations, one completely underground near the entrance of the Las Vegas Convention Center's Central Hall, and 2 above-ground stations at the 2 ends of the system. The East Station, known as Station 1, is near an entrance to the South Hall, while Station 3, on the west side of the Convention Center's campus, is near the new West Hall. Tesla vehicles capable of carrying up to 16 passengers are expected to be used in the system.
Now, we've gotten to see a lot of this tour. Heck, I'm in a Tesla right now going through it. But there are some details that we are not so sure of that we're still finding out more about, like the loading and waiting procedure times and about the 16 passenger vehicles that'll be coming through these tunnels.
I find it interesting that he's talking about the 16 passenger vehicles. Obviously, that's a way into the future. But potentially, if he's been talking to a representative of the Boeing company, if they have mentioned that to him in particular, then he's essentially parroting it on his piece here. It's a great little video, by the way. I think that possibly they're thinking about in the future introducing more high capacity vehicles into this system, which is good because at the moment the vehicles have a supervisor and the vehicle drives itself, but there's always a supervisor there to take control of the vehicle in case something unwanted happens. But in the future, probably at the start of next year, in Q1, we'll start to see these vehicles remove all the supervisors. It'll be full self-driving, and we might also see the introduction of some more high-capacity vehicles, maybe with different interiors. But again, that's speculation based on what I've heard. That might not actually happen. Another video that I quite like was this one. I'm not aware of this channel, Miles to Memories Vegas. Definitely go and subscribe to it. But there's a lot of really good content in here, and he went and had a look.
Is the Las Vegas Convention Center loop
At the actual convention center, I went to have a look around because now you can actually walk in,
expansion,
as you can see.
and the Teslas will come out of this tunnel. They'll either be...
What I'll do is I'll just turn this down. So as you can see, he's just having a look around. There's the ramp that's coming in. As you can see, there's a solar canopy, and there's the tunnel. So it looks like something's going on there. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it's good. It's looking good. He has a look around at the entire conference center as well, so that's great. So you can kind of see what's going on there. Everything is progressing really beautifully for Las Vegas. Please, please, please do not listen to the various FUD pieces that are, unfortunately, I've seen a couple today, unfortunately appearing, saying that the Tesla vehicles in the system are limited to very low speeds below 30 miles per hour. That is pure bullshit. These vehicles are going to go more than double that speed, way more than double that speed. And there's going to be lots and lots of vehicles, and the actual collection of passengers is going to be sequenced because you're going to have to use the app. So if you're using the app, you're going to have to be in a certain space on the platform at a certain time, ready to get in the vehicle. Otherwise, that vehicle will leave without you. Therefore, you're going to have the vehicles pretty much full all the time. They pull up and pull out. So you're going to get maximum utilization of all those 62 vehicles, 63 vehicles that are in the system. It's going to achieve 4,400 passengers per hour, probably more. We'll have to wait and see. I'm expecting something to happen in the next month or so, in terms of we'll see this actually roll out for a conference, maybe just over a month. But there might be something in between where they test it with real passengers. I guess we'll find out. But all in all, the quality of the job, excellent. They finished this in good time. It's taken them less than 15 months to finish this project, so that's excellent. And that was in the middle of a pandemic as well. They might be able to get that down. time cost, and the cost as well. The cost is pretty much on par with what they said it was going to cost. It's around $49 million. There's various bonds in that as well, and it gets up to 52, but they're not really the construction costs. As well, just to finish today's video, because it's been really, really positive. Everything is going supremely well. Even got to talk to Gordon Johnson as well, which is quite nice. Gordon Johnson, as you know, is world famous bear with very low price target. He doesn't seem very impressed at all with this, so I just kind of politely reminded Gordon, because Gordon is generally reasonably polite to people, so I just wanted to help kind of educate him on why no one's built a subway in Las Vegas since its founding 150 years ago. A similar size subway would cost $180 million, and I think I'm being very kind using that number. Because remember, if this subway is just isolated, where the train's going to sit overnight, where you're going to maintain the trains, there's a lot of extra costs on top. Loop system, $48.5 million to build, which is peanuts for mass transit. Why would you spend 271% more? Also, why not? If they want to build it, that's what I always say to people. If you want to go out there and build a metro system to compete with the Boring Company, please go out there and do it and show us you've got the skills and the money to beat the Boring Company. If you can't go out there and create a product or a service that can compete with the Boring Company, please shut the hell up and just go back to shorting Tesla. Yeah? Because you've already lost enough money doing that. We don't really care. We just want to get on with making the world a better place for everyone and improving mass transit and eliminating congestion. And that's kind of my thought for the day, really, is the Boring Company. This is phase 1 of the Boring Company. Phase 2, 3, 4 and 5 are going to be extremely more advanced than what we're seeing here today. What we're seeing here today is kind of version 1 of what Elon Musk and Steve Davis want to achieve. They will go way beyond that when they build the system expansion in the Strip in Las Vegas. They will then go maybe another level above that when they work in Miami. There's going to be other projects, probably in California, and there's going to be a really big project, I think, in Austin, Texas. And when all those things come together and the learnings from those various projects combine to produce better technology and better systems and better vehicles, what you'll have in the end is a system which has a far higher throughput than any kind of tram system or metro system or even kind of traditional subway system. But that is way in the future. We're talking 10 years into the future, maybe we get to that. So, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you're just as excited as me about this incredible news. Everything has worked out beautifully in Las Vegas. Everything went to plan. We're just waiting for a day to open up. And when we can see those numbers for throughput, which are going to be way above 4,400, then we can tell everyone, we told you so. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay safe, and remember, don't be boring. I will see you on the next one. Good night, people.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. I'm all out of gum.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.